Many wondered why upscale school was always the best. Year after year, it ranked #1 in the country. Its students dominated national exams, won competitions, and secured scholarships abroad. Yet anyone who visited the school noticed something strange. Students were rarely seen studying. Classrooms were often quiet. Teachers seemed absent. Still, upscale students bragged endlessly to other schools, proud of achievements they barely worked for. None of them knew the truth, and none of them knew their secret would soon be discovered. Every year, Upscale School awarded scholarships to 30 students from different orphanages. To the public, it looked like generosity, a wealthy institution giving hope to the less fortunate. But kindness had nothing to do with it. If only people knew what those scholarships were really for. On admission day, the massive iron gates opened wide. Buses rolled in one after another, releasing students carrying suitcases, pillows, plastic bags, and nervous dreams. At the entrance stood Mr. Carriage, the principal. Tall, impeccably dressed, smiling warmly. But his eyes were calculating. He hadn't expected such a large turnout this year, not after the previous term's scandal, an incident so disturbing it almost shut the school down. Investigations had started, rumors had spread, parents had demanded answers. But Mr. Carriage had powerful connections, and powerful people protect their investments. So the story disappeared. Officially, it had been an accident. Most students were thrilled to be there. Upscale school meant success, prestige, a future. Among them were the 30 scholarship students. They arrived quietly, holding smaller bags, wearing simpler clothes, carrying lives shaped by hardship. Mr. Carriage watched them carefully. Unlike the wealthy families who demanded attention, these children were obedient, grateful, easy to control. His smile widened. One of the chosen 30 was Arim. For her, this scholarship wasn't just opportunity, it was escape. If she had remained at the orphanage much longer, she would have been taken away to work as someone's maid, a fate she had dreaded for years. As she stepped onto the compound, sunlight warming her face, hope filled her chest. "This is my new life," she thought. Near the dormitory, she met another girl struggling with an oversized suitcase. "Need help?" Arim asked gently. The girl looked up and smiled. "Yes, please. I'm Lily." They laughed as they pulled the suitcase together. Within minutes, they were sharing stories. Different orphanages, different struggles, same fragile hope. For the first time, Arim felt she wasn't alone. Later that afternoon, Arim dragged her suitcase along the dorm corridor. Her hands were sore, her arms tired. She didn't see the loose tile ahead. Her foot caught. She stumbled forward and slammed into someone. Her suitcase toppled with a loud crash. "I'm so sorry," she said quickly, scrambling to her feet. The girl she had collided with didn't move. Slowly, Arim looked up. The senior girl towered over her, arms folded, eyes cold. Her name badge read, Luna. Luna's lips curled into a thin smile. "A scholarship student," she said flatly. Arim nodded nervously. "Yes, I didn't mean—" Luna stepped closer. "You people always act like you belong here." Her voice sharpened. "You don't." The corridor fell silent. No scholarship student ever survives until graduation. Arim blinked in confusion. "What do you mean?" Luna raised her hand. Click. A strange snapping sound echoed from her fingers. Then she turned and walked away without another word. Arim stood frozen, humiliated, confused, uneasy. Inside the dormitory, she unpacked quietly. A few clothes, some books, a worn photograph from the orphanage. So little, yet everything she owned. Sunset painted the walls orange as voices and laughter filled the room, but Luna's words replayed in her mind. No scholarship student survives. That night, the lights went out at exactly 10. At first, the dorm buzzed with whispers and giggles. Then slowly, silence. Deep, heavy silence. Arim lay awake staring into darkness. Beside her, Lily shifted restlessly. "Are you asleep?" Lily whispered. "No." Before Arim could say more, a bell rang. Low, slow, heavy. Not like a school bell, like something ancient. Arim turned toward the clock glowing faintly on the wall. 12:30 a.m. The bell echoed through the entire building, then stopped abruptly. No one spoke, no one moved. Footsteps sounded outside the door, dragging, uneven, as if something was being pulled across the floor. The footsteps stopped directly outside. A long shadow stretched under the door. Something scraped the wood, not knocking, scratching. Arim's heart pounded so loudly she was sure it could be heard. Then the footsteps moved away. Morning came as if nothing had happened. Sunlight poured in. Girls laughed, brushed their hair, complained about breakfast. It felt unreal. Until Arim noticed one bed near the corner. Perfectly made, empty. No suitcase, no clothes, no sign anyone had ever slept there. "Where is the girl who slept there?" Arim asked. A nearby student stiffened. "Don't ask." "Why?" The girl shook her head quickly. "Just don't." Lily grabbed Arim's arm. "Leave it." Fear passed silently between them. Days went by, but something was wrong. Teachers barely taught. Lessons were rushed or canceled. Scholarship students were constantly monitored. They received special meals, frequent medical checkups, extra attention. Not kindness, observation. Lily began to change. She spoke less, slept poorly, jumped at small noises. One evening she whispered, "Do you hear it too?" "What?" "At night, someone calling names." Arim's stomach dropped. "My name was called yesterday, very softly, right next to my ear." That afternoon, Luna was waiting outside, watching. "You should stop asking questions," she said. Arim gathered courage. "What happens to the scholarship students?" Luna's expression hardened. "You don't want to know." "Tell me." Silence stretched between them. Finally, Luna spoke. "Upscale school isn't about education." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "It's about selection." Arim's breath caught. "Every year," Luna continued, 30 scholarship students arrive." She looked directly into Arim's eyes. "None of them graduate." That night, when the bell rang again, Arim made a decision. She slipped from bed. Barefoot, heart pounding, she followed the faint sounds down the corridor toward the forbidden west wing. The entrance barrier was slightly open. Cold air seeped through. Inside, the walls were older, cracked, stained. At the far end, 2 staff members were dragging a struggling girl, a scholarship student, her mouth covered, tears streaming. They disappeared through a hidden door. Arim gasped and stepped back. A hand grabbed her arm. She almost screamed. "Luna!" "You are trying to die," Luna hissed. She pulled Arim into a side room. "You weren't supposed to see that." "What are they doing to them?" Arim whispered. Luna's face changed. For the first time, she looked afraid. This school was built on something old, something that demands payment. Payment for what? Luna swallowed. For its success. Arim's blood ran cold. Every year, Luna said, trembling now, the bell chooses. Chooses who? Luna met her gaze. The ones who will never leave. Suddenly, the bell rang again, not slow this time, violent, relentless. Somewhere in the building, a girl screamed. Luna's eyes widened. That's not supposed to happen. The floor trembled beneath them. Something had changed. Something had awakened. An upscale school was no longer in control.